Hello, welcome to another edition of Hot Rod's Rants. Sometimes these old boys, they just tee these things up for you. It's like they just set that bitch on the tee and say, here, take a swing at it. And that's what old Kirk Herbstreit did. I was reading today where Kirk Herbstreit, the Jay Billis of college football, what a meathead. He was bitching about uh, professional baseball and how they don't no longer have any athletes and the game has gone to hell and Tony Gwynn couldn't play and they don't hit and run anymore and the pitchers don't pitch a whole game. And what a knucklehead. I mean, Kirk Herbstreit, first off, you are absolutely the guy that should be talking about athleticism. You started 38 games at Ohio State. You threw 5 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, and you ran for 4 yards a game. And I looked it up, and I don't see you breaking any records in the 40-yard dash or the vertical jump. You didn't play in the NFL. You started 1 year at Ohio State. Like I said, threw 5 touchdowns and 11 interceptions in 38 games. Whew. Light it up there, athlete. The other thing I want to say is Major League Baseball has made changes to the game that are so much more fan-friendly than football, which is what you claim to announce. You spend most of the fall on game day on ESPN, fucking that show up. I mean, you got a nice dog, but normally you're just trying to outdress Reese Davis. Otherwise, you're not saying much. But to criticize baseball and you announce NFL football, let's compare this shit, okay? So Major League Baseball, they have instituted some changes to their game, like the pitching clock, where the pitchers have to throw the ball in a certain amount of time, which is a wonderful rule for the fans. The games don't last 4 hours anymore. The players can't stand there and scratch themselves and itch themselves and all that shit. They have to play. It's a great rule. Their replay of balls and strikes, which can be called by the pitcher, the catcher, or the batter, is one of the best rules. I watch all professional sports, and that's one of the best rules I've ever seen, and it takes all of about 2 seconds. Okay? Those are two, and now they have instant replay in baseball. The difference is in football, instant replay takes an hour and a half. Okay, you can watch an NFL game. Everybody watching at home has a high definition 60-inch TV at least, and they can see the results of the play. And the NFL dicks around for 25 minutes when everybody already knows what the call is, and sometimes they still fuck it up. This is what you're involved in, okay? And you want to talk about lack of athleticism? The changes that the NFL made, can't touch the quarterback, which you want to know why pitchers in the professional baseball don't pitch whole games anymore? There's several reasons for it. But one of them is those are their highest paid boys most of the time, or some of them, and they try to keep them from getting hurt. You fucking meathead, should know that most of all. They don't want you touching their quarterbacks in the NFL. You can't touch them. You want to know why Tom Brady played till he was 42? Because you couldn't touch him. If they could hit Tom Brady like they could have hit Joe Montana, his shit would have been over at about 30. Same with Patrick Mahomes, same with all of them. You can't touch the receivers. Nobody can hit anybody going across the middle. And you talk about, well, we're trying to create safety in the game. Hey, man, nobody went to the door of these people and made them play football. Huh? I watch football because I like to watch people get hit. One of my all-time favorite players is Dick Butkus, man. You come across the middle and he'd knock your ass out. How come you guys don't care about concussions in boxing and hockey and MMA fighting and shit? Only in football. Why is that? But the changes that you have made in football, Kirk Herbstreit, you're talking about non-athletic. Hey, Tom Brady's the most non-athletic. He could throw the ball, but you couldn't touch his ass. I mean, if you even rubbed on his ass, what was it, $100,000 fine and 6 months in jail? Of course they protect their quarterbacks. Well, they're trying to do the same thing with pitchers. They're not going to let them get out there these days and throw it 105 miles an hour for 9 innings and ruin their arm and shit because they're paying them hundreds of millions of dollars. Sometimes you people that get paid to announce sports just crack me up. But Major League Baseball, to me, is more fun to watch now than it has been in years because of some of their rule changes and because they have great athletes in baseball. Apparently, you don't know who Shohei Ohtani is. Maybe the greatest fucking athlete in the last 50 years. That dude is absolutely amazing. And they're stealing more bases than they did. And you were talking about Tony Gwynn couldn't play and Wade Boggs. Why? In today's game, if you can hit, you can't play? What kind of stupid shit are you talking about? So anyway, I'm not going to beat on this too much because you're like Jay Billis. You just got I'm a stupid dickhead written on my forehead. And it's easy to take shots at you. So anyway, stick to the fall. We see enough of you in the fall, trust me. I turn the sound down when you're talking. But leave the shit in the summer alone. If you don't want to go to baseball games, do us all a favor and fucking don't. Peace.